Sometimes the morning arrives before we're ready for it, before the weight of yesterday has fully lifted, before we feel equipped for what today might ask of us. There's a vulnerability in those early moments when the world is still quiet, but our minds are already racing. When we open our eyes to face responsibilities we're not sure we have the strength to carry, when we need something more than coffee and willpower to get through what lies ahead. If you woke up today feeling fragile, uncertain, or overwhelmed by the simple thought of beginning again, you're not alone. This prayer is for tired souls who need more than motivation. They need presence. For anxious hearts who need more than strategies, they need peace. For weary spirits who need more than encouragement, they need actual strength that doesn't come from within themselves because they've already discovered their own reserves aren't enough. The wisdom embedded in ancient words still breathes life into modern mornings, still offers what our souls desperately need before our feet touch the floor. The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusts in him, and he helps me. The declaration rises from Psalm 28:7, not as religious poetry, but as lived reality, as the testimony of someone who discovered that divine strength shows up when human capacity runs out. These aren't just beautiful phrases to frame on walls. They're invitations into a different way of moving through our days, a promise that we don't have to manufacture our own courage or fabricate our own calm. In the morning, Lord, you hear my voice. In the morning I lay my requests before you and wait expectantly, the psalmist writes in Psalm 5:3, establishing a pattern that predates our chaos, a rhythm that acknowledges morning as the sacred space where heaven meets our humanity, where we bring our needs before we try to meet them ourselves, where we receive before we spend. If you're ready to begin this day differently, to anchor yourself in something more stable than your own fluctuating feelings, to draw from a source that doesn't run dry when you need it most, then let's enter this morning together. Let's bring our needs into the light. Let's ask for what we cannot give ourselves. God, I'm here at the start of another day, and I'm coming to you first, before the demands start, before the noise begins, before I spend my energy on 100 things and have nothing left for what matters most. I'm choosing this moment to acknowledge that I need you more than I need anything else today. More than productivity, more than achievement, more than checking boxes or meeting expectations. I need your presence to go with me, your peace to guard me, your strength to sustain me when my own runs out. I confess that too often I've approached my days like I have to handle everything alone, like my faith should make me self-sufficient, like asking for help somehow indicates weakness instead of wisdom. But this morning, I'm rejecting that lie. I was never meant to do this alone. You designed me for dependence, created me for connection with you, fashioned me to draw life from your life, strength from your strength, peace from your presence. As I face whatever this day holds, and honestly, I don't even know everything that's coming, all the surprises and challenges and moments that will test me, I'm asking for your strength to fill places where mine is depleted, where I feel weak, be strong, where I feel inadequate, be sufficient, where I feel overwhelmed, be the calm in the chaos. I'm not asking you to remove every difficulty or make everything easy. I'm asking for the kind of strength that doesn't avoid hard things, but walks through them with grace, the kind of resilience that doesn't pretend everything is fine, but keeps moving forward anyway, the kind of endurance that acknowledges weariness, but doesn't quit. Strengthen my body when physical exhaustion makes everything harder. Strengthen my mind when mental fatigue clouds my thinking and steals my focus. Strengthen my emotions when I feel too much or can't feel anything at all. Strengthen my spirit when faith feels distant and hope seems dim. I'm also asking for your peace, and I need to be honest about what that means. I'm carrying anxiety about things I can't control. I'm harboring worry about people I love and situations I can't fix. I'm holding tension in my body from stress I don't know how to release. My mind races with what-ifs and worst-case scenarios. My heart feels tight with concerns that circle endlessly without resolution. I've tried to manage this on my own, through breathing exercises and positive thinking and keeping busy and 1,000 other strategies. And while those things have their place, they haven't given me the peace that passes understanding, the kind of supernatural calm that Philippians 4:7 talks about, the peace that doesn't make logical sense given the circumstances, but settles over your soul anyway, because it comes from you, not from our situations being perfect. Guard my heart and mind today. These words from that same verse aren't just a nice metaphor, they're a practical request. Guard me from thoughts that spiral into fear. Guard me from worst-case thinking that steals present peace for future problems that may never materialize. Guard me from the anxiety that masquerades as preparation but is actually torment. Guard me from the restlessness that keeps me perpetually unsettled, always bracing for the next crisis, never able to be fully present because I'm mentally living 3 steps ahead. Replace that agitation with your peace, not the absence of challenges, but your presence in the middle of them. Not everything being resolved, but me being anchored to something that doesn't shift when circumstances do. As this day unfolds, I'm asking you to order my steps. I have plans and to-do lists and obligations, but I'm holding them loosely, recognizing that your agenda might not match mine, that interruptions might actually be divine appointments, that what I think is urgent might not be what's actually important. Give me wisdom to know what deserves my attention and what's just noise competing for my focus. Help me distinguish between good things and God things, between every opportunity and the right opportunity. When I'm tempted to say yes to things I should decline because I'm afraid of disappointing people or missing out, give me the courage to honor my own limitations and trust that you're not asking me to do everything for everyone all the time. I'm declaring truth over this day before it even begins. I'm reminding myself, and maybe I need you to remind me repeatedly because I forget so easily, that your mercies are new every morning, that yesterday's failures don't define today's possibilities, that I get to start fresh regardless of how I finished yesterday. This is the day you've made. Not some distant, easier day when everything falls into place, but this specific day with its specific challenges. And I'm choosing to find reasons to be grateful in it, to look for your goodness in it, to recognize your presence in it. When difficult conversations arise, give me words seasoned with grace. When frustrations mount, give me patience that doesn't come naturally. When I encounter people who are struggling, help me be present without trying to fix everything. When I face my own failures and shortcomings today, because let's be honest, I will make mistakes. Help me receive grace instead of drowning in condemnation, to learn without shame, to grow without self-punishment. Let me extend to myself the same compassion I would offer a friend, the same understanding I would show someone I love, the same mercy you continuously show me. I bring you specific concerns that are already weighing on my mind this morning. The relationships that feel strained. Give me wisdom for how to navigate them. Courage for hard conversations if they're needed. Grace to let go of what I cannot change. The work responsibilities that feel overwhelming, help me approach them with excellence, but not perfectionism, with diligence, but not anxiety, with focus, but not obsession. The financial pressures that create constant background stress remind me that you know what I need before I ask, that you care about practical provision, that you will supply all my needs according to your riches. The health concerns that create worry, whether for myself or loved ones, remind me that you are the healer, that you care about our bodies, not just our souls, that it's okay to ask for wellness while also trusting you in the midst of what we don't understand. Protect me today. Protect my mind from lies that would diminish my identity or distort my understanding of who you are. Protect my heart from bitterness taking root where disappointment has lived. Protect my relationships from unnecessary conflict born out of tiredness or miscommunication. Protect my peace from thieves that would steal it comparison that says someone else's life is better, resentment that rehearses old grievances, fear that magnifies problems and minimizes your power. Cover me with your presence like a shield, like Psalm 91 describes, not guaranteeing nothing hard will happen, but promising your presence in whatever does. As I interact with others today, whether co-workers or family members or strangers in passing, let them encounter not just me, but something of you through me, not in a forced, religious, uncomfortable way, but in the natural overflow of a heart that's been with you this morning. Let patience show up where I would normally be irritable. Let kindness emerge where I would typically be indifferent. Let peace radiate where anxiety usually dominates. I can't produce these things through willpower and self-improvement, but your spirit living in me can express them naturally when I'm connected to you. Help me stay present today. I have this tendency to live everywhere except the actual moment I'm in, rehashing yesterday, rehearsing tomorrow, planning, worrying, regretting, anticipating, and I miss the life that's happening right now. When I'm with people, help me actually be with them, not half listening while mentally composing responses or thinking about the next thing on my list. When I'm working, help me focus on the task at hand rather than splitting my attention across 17 things and doing none of them well. When I'm eating, let me taste the food. When I'm walking, let me feel the ground beneath my feet. These small practices of presence aren't trivial. They're pathways back to peace, ways of inhabiting my actual life instead of constantly living in my head. I'm also asking for joy today, and I want to be clear about what I mean. Not happiness dependent on everything going well, not positivity that denies reality, not a fake smile plastered over genuine pain. I'm asking for the joy that exists deeper than circumstances, the kind Nehemiah 8:10 talks about when it says, "The joy of the Lord is your strength." That mysterious reality where even in difficulty, there's an undercurrent of something solid, something hopeful, something that knows this isn't the end of the story. Let me find moments of lightness in a heavy day. Let me notice beauty in the midst of mundane routines. Let me encounter reasons to smile even when there are also reasons to cry. When weariness hits, and it will, because days are long and demands are real and energy is finite, remind me to pause rather than push. Remind me that rest isn't rebellion against productivity, but recognition of my humanity. Give me permission to take breaks without guilt, to say no without over-explaining, to honor my body's signals instead of overriding them until I collapse. You modeled rest, taking time away from crowds and needs and urgency, and if you needed those moments, how much more do I? As evening approaches and this day draws to a close, help me release what wasn't finished. Forgive myself for what wasn't perfect. Celebrate what was accomplished, even if it wasn't everything, and lay down tomorrow's concerns before trying to carry them into tonight's rest. But that's still hours away. Right now, this morning, I'm receiving what you're offering. Strength for right now, peace for this present moment, grace for whatever comes next. Thank you that I don't have to face today from a place of depletion, but can begin from a place of receiving. Thank you that your strength isn't something I earn, but something you freely give. Thank you that your peace isn't something I achieve, but something you graciously provide. I'm trusting you with this day, the known parts and the unknown parts, the easy moments and the hard ones, the victories and the struggles. You go before me, you walk beside me, you remain within me, and that truth is enough to begin, enough to continue, enough to face whatever comes. I step into this day not alone, but accompanied. Not in my own strength, but empowered by yours. Not with artificial peace manufactured through denial, but with real peace that comes from your presence. This is going to be a good day, not because everything will go perfectly, but because you are with me, and that makes all the difference.